Hello and welcome to another of our after hours conversations. This is where we've had an intense day of conversations and I bring in some of the key thought leaders that have been hosting a lot of these. And Alvaro Pombo, you've had a
Kris,
very, very busy day, sir.
busy day, very good day, and thanks for having us here.
Well, before we go any further, just tell the people at home who you are.
Alvaro Pombo. I'm the founder and CEO of TrueContext. We're in the business of enabling workflows for the field, okay? Complex workflows center around the technician and around the customer. That's what we do for a living.
Excellent. Now, there's been a lot of conversation around workflow, of course. Interesting conversation we had whilst we were back and forth on stage around data and oil and the value of a workflow is actually that refined data, isn't it? But you gave me a great summary of, literally 50 people you've spoken to across the day. Yeah. And you gave me a great summary towards the end of the day. Could you repeat that back to me? Tell me those takeaways.
Number one is I came very technician-centric. The reality is that it's technician and customer-centric. Yeah. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there are people looking at this problem from that vantage point. Not the majority of them, but there are some very advanced thinkers that have wired their organization. They have people already in their organizations, like, a digital service manager.
Yes,
that's a person that wakes up every morning looking at how to enhance and how to make those workflows better. As we dug into it, more and more jewels came out and very good takeaways. It's real, and organizations are starting to look at it from that perspective.
Obviously, you've been with us at Copperberg many times. We know you're a good friend, well trusted. How have you seen the conversation evolve in the last year or so in terms of the maturity of this? Because I'm starting to get a sense that the conversation shifted a little bit, and it's in a few different ways, but it's the concept of why is not necessarily there anymore. I think people are starting to understand the why, and now it's more about, okay, how do we do it?
Correct. And look, I think the conversation has moved away, thankfully, from technology. It's all about, oh my God, what's the little piece that you're missing in your tech stack? To sort of like, okay, what's the best way to do X? So the X is getting more clear, and the way to do it requires very different technologies. Yeah. That's the advantage and the good thing for us in the marketplace as a vendor. I think the way you do it is going to be radically different if you want to iterate at the speed that you need to execute, and with the amount of digital transformation that everybody has. There's a lot to automate.
Yeah. And
so it's moving. The conversation is moving to how to do it. How can I, as opposed to what the heck is that we're supposed to do.
Yeah, and I'd say, there was a statistic shown up on, I think may even have been in your presentation, of 70% of digital. It's something that we've seen on Field Service News' data. It was 68%. I've seen 72% on Forbes. It's always around that ballpark, 2/3 to 3/4 of digital transformations fail. And I think that's because a lot of companies have jumped in with we need the technology rather than let's jump in and solve a problem. And that's changing, I think.
It's a motherhood statement. Who wouldn't get it? That is about how you do it. But once you get deep into it, and some of your customers, the customers here, they really get it. They're deep into, why you do things. A technician, what is really a technician? What are the functions that they do? And everything is changing. So I think the industry is evolving a lot faster than what it evolved before, I think. And I think we're getting to very meaningful reasons why.
Yeah, I think we're starting to hit a tipping point where it's implementation. Well, Alvaro, finally, I will say, the one man that had every single table was his favorite. That tickled me all day. It's been a pleasure to share conversations with you all day.
I won't run that joke again, but Kris, a pleasure to have you leading the conversation as well. That was a delightful day. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Alvaro.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.